Hey everyone, let's talk about the devil's advocate and why we should stop saying that to each other. So, I'm Tatiana and you're listening to My Words of Wisdom. Now if you like this content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you agree or disagree with me, tell me why. Drop your comment in the comments below. Now, for real, we need to stop saying to each other or playing the devil's advocate. So here's an example. Oh my gosh, that person was so mean to me today. They took my parking space. Well, have you considered that maybe they were having a bad day or that they were in a hurry? Well, I am having a bad day and I was in a hurry. Yeah, but like, have you considered the other person's side? Stop saying that to your friends. Stop saying that to your friends. You don't need to play the devil's advocate. So many people suffer from rumination. So rumination is when you play a situation over and over and over and over again in your head. And it can become very secular. And a lot of times you'll play it over and over again, and whatever you were feeling when it happened, it just kind of sticks you in that space. And there are plenty of times where something happens and I'm not seeing clearly. And I know that. But I also know people saying to me, well, have you considered the other person's point of view? Has never ended with me considering the other person's point of view. It always ends with me thinking you're a dick. Consistently. Because if I'm upset and I'm calling you to tell you that I'm upset and your response is, have you considered the other person's point of view? What you've said to me is my point of view doesn't matter. Even if you didn't mean it that way, you're just trying to help me see things clearly, stop saying that to your friend. Especially if you agree with what they're saying. So if we're having a conversation and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this happens, it's so unfair, like this shouldn't happen to anybody, and you agree with me, there is 0% of a reason for you to go, well, like, have you considered, look, just to play the devil's advocate, why is that necessary? Like, are you trying to change my mind? Well, no, I think you did the right thing. So why are we playing the devil's advocate then? Yeah, I don't get it either. And I've said this to a few people when they've pulled this on me. We'll have conversations and I'll be like, and they'll be like, just to play the devil's advocate, and I'll let them get it out. And then I'll go, do you think I handled the situation wrong? And they go, well, no, I think you handled it exactly right. And then I'm like, so why do I need to play? What is the purpose of the devil's advocate? Oh, no, I just wanted to get you to think of it from the other person's point of view. Do you think I didn't do that already? Well, no, I'm not saying that at all. What are you saying? Well, no, I just think that it's important to consider other perspectives. But I handled the situation appropriately. Yes, 100%, you handled it appropriately. So you want me to consider the wrong perspective? That friend no longer asks me no longer plays the devil's advocate. Because the reality is, it does happen from time to time where you do need someone to like point out a flaw in your logic. But that's entirely different than playing the devil's advocate. The point in playing the devil's advocate is basically to be like, to challenge a way of thinking. That is the point of playing the devil's advocate. Quick, tiny history lesson. While JFK was president, after the Bay of Pigs fiasco, he noticed that he'd kind of surrounded himself with yes men, people that were just saying yes to him constantly. So he would have the same meetings, but instead he would have his brother come in, and his brother's job was to play the devil's advocate. And that was extremely important in that case. And it wasn't extremely important because everybody around him was just agreeing with him for the sake of agreeing with him. And they weren't giving good advice. That's when you need the devil's advocate. When everyone around you is just agreeing for the sake of agreeing and you're doing something wrong or potentially dangerous. That's when it's important to have someone to be like, hey, have you considered? Are you sure? That's when you need your perspectives questioned and challenged. Every situation does not require a devil's advocate. Example, we're gonna use a car accident again because it's very cut and dry. So if you're in the car and you get rear-ended, those are the facts. You're in the car, you got rear-ended. Playing the devil's advocate benefits nobody. Well, have you considered that maybe that person didn't mean to rear-end you? Yeah, they probably didn't mean to. So the devil's advocate has a place, and it's when you're having your perspective challenged. And it's basically when it comes time for decision making, not feelings. If someone's having feelings, Sit with them while they have those feelings. Don't challenge their feelings. That is the fastest way to get people to stop sharing with you. The second you're like, oh, well, have you considered like maybe you're wrong about what I'm feeling? I'm wrong about what I'm feeling. They're not gonna talk to you anymore. So if people have all of a sudden stopped sharing with you, that's probably why. I can't say that for sure. But what I'm saying is we need to limit the amount of times we use the devil's advocate, and we need to use it when it's necessary. So if I'm making a decision, like if I'm buying a house and my friends are trying to challenge that, like if I've decided I want to buy this house, it's amazing, I love this house, I want this house, and my friends challenge it with, have you considered the school district, or have you considered this, or are you sure you want this, or let's play the devil's advocate here. That makes way more sense because in that context, we're talking about a major financial decision. In which case, having multiple points of view is helpful because it hopefully will give you more information or tell you where you may not have gotten all the information and research is necessary. It is not, however, at all reasonable to play the devil's advocate when someone is telling you about something that's happened to them. Like, how they feel about that thing. So I had a situation where one of my friends said to me, former friends said to me that they thought that I was watching something and they were like, oh, that's so white of you. Which immediately got met with some really me being like, does that mean kind of racist? Oh, what, now I'm racist? That comment was though, not speaking about you as a human. Comment was questionable. Shouldn't say that. Well, have you considered that maybe? No, I haven't because it was racist. Now, if I speak to my other friends about what happened and I tell them what happened and they go, well, have you considered? Conversation shut. No, I haven't because that comment was racist. So why would I need to consider their perspective? And then we get back into intent versus impact because it's entirely possible that they didn't mean to say something racist because we say things that we don't mean to say or that we don't mean for them to have the impact that they have. That is normal. Your response, however, will dictate the relationship you maintain with people. So me telling you, don't do that. That's kind of, that comes off in all the wrong ways. Being met with, no, why are you feeling that way? I didn't do anything wrong. Instantly gets you cut. Point is, playing the devil's advocate is not necessary in all situations. It is pretty much something that you should employ when making major decisions, not in an everyday conversation, and especially if you agree with what the other person is saying. So if you're just having a conversation and you agree, say you agree, and either find something in that conversation that you want to dive deeper into or change the topic, but keeping conversations going with, oh, but have you considered only leads to both of you disliking each other at the end of it. So chill on the devil's advocate, my friends. Or at least try to use it a bit more appropriately. If you disagree with me, you are more than welcome to. I am a reasonable-ish person, so feel free to drop a comment below. Let me know how you feel. And again, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening.